because it's tapping
the top of the head.
Hello, and welcome to the first ever episode of International Leaders Unite. I'm your host, Ms. Ché B-O-S-S-L-A-D-Y, and I'm joined with some really special guests from around the globe. Today's show is about connecting world leaders from each continent across the globe. This has never been happening before, guys, so we're actually making history right now. We've got somebody representing from Asia, Africa, and South America, and North America, and myself, Ms. Ché, from Europe. So I'm going to let the speakers introduce themselves, starting off with Anna.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Lucía Escobar. I'm living in Panama in Central America, and I'm a certified strength coach.
Thank you, Anna. Doctor.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Wonderful to connect with everyone around the world. My name is Dumi Magadlela. I'm an executive coach, certified international executive coach. I also do coach training, and I specialize in Ubuntu intelligence, which is an African-based philosophy for transforming the world. So thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for that, Doctor. And then we have the amazing Jo. Would you like to introduce yourself, Jo?
Sure. Hi, I'm Jo Self, and I am living in Lima, Peru. I am originally from the US, but I've been living in South America for 6 years now, and on the verge of nationalizing myself. I am a Gallup certified strengths coach, like Ms. Ana Lucia, and my mission is to raise a strengths-based generation. So I am super excited to be connected with all of these leaders from around the world, and appreciate you getting the ball rolling, Ms. Ché.
Thank you. We have the amazing Lucy.
Oh, me? Oh, yes. Well, my name is Luciane Sperling. I am from Brazil originally, and I'm living in Australia for 11 years now. I am an author and a co-author, a mother, and an inspirational speaker. And my goal is to inspire, educate, and empower women around the world. So
Fantastic.
I hope I can do that.
You certainly are.
Thank you, everybody.
And then we have Monica. Would you like to introduce yourself, Monica?
Oh, yes. My name is Monica Kunzekweguta. I'm a certified life coach, international speaker, compiler, and author. I live in Canada, in Alberta, and I've been here for over a year. My goal is to inspire not just women, but girls as well, to inform them that there are no limits in what they can achieve and should not really focus on their circumstances, because the world has got much more to offer.
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. I love that, Monica. Thank you for that. And then we have, last but not least, the amazing Coach Jeet. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Boss Lady, for introducing me. Well, I'm Coach Jeet from India, and I have been doing life coaching since almost 13 years. I have coached more than 10,000 people from 15 different nationalities, and I specialize in relationship management, depression, stress management, and peak performance. And today, I look forward to contribute towards this amazing discussion on law of attraction and touching millions of lives. And I'm grateful to Boss Lady for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. So guys, these are our phenomenal speakers from all across the globe. I'm so excited and honored to have every single one of them here. So like I say, we have somebody from each continent. We actually have 2 continents here, both from North America, one from Canada, from Panama, right? So we have somebody representing both North America, which is absolutely phenomenal. You know, so today's topic of attraction, does it really work? Before we get into that, I just want to say that this show is presented by Invest in Success, which is my mother community company. I want to introduce myself and go into a bit more detail about who I am before we get straight into the discussion. So my name is Ms. Ché, they call me Boss Lady. I'm the founder and director of Invest in Success. These are my brand new merchandise, which I'm so pleased to launch on this show. So I've got a lovely slogan that says, I am a trailblazer superstar, because people, that is exactly what I am. Okay, and I also have my polo shirts. I can, I will, I am. Because I believe into speaking things into existence and make them become a reality. And we're going to get into more of that throughout the show. So one of the things that my company does is I'm an entrepreneur business mentor. I teach people how to turn their passions into profit. Not just any job, but the thing you're passionate about. I teach you how to make money from that. I also do something called the REEBA Awards. You can check out the website. That's www.reebaawards.com. The REEBA Awards is a business and empowerment awards that takes place in London, Canary Wharf, every September on board a 5-star luxury vessel across the River Thames. Again, making history. So there's a theme that's running here. So I do lots of different things as well, and networking meetups and whatnot. And now we're launching the first ever International Leaders Unite on now to be able to be here and broadcast across the world. I really hope that our words can bless, impact you, and give you a different perspective of, you know, a way of looking at things and help you to step outside of the box and turn your dreams into reality. So today's subject is, does it really work? Joe, I'm going to come straight to you on this one. The law of attraction, does it really work, Joe?
That was directed to me, correct? Sorry, there was a little bit of a cut. Yes, law of attraction absolutely works. I have always known this. I've been a big fan of The Secret and the idea of the law of attraction for a long time, but I will say, you know, life can get in the way sometimes and we forget to practice it. But one of my favorite examples of how law of attraction works, which is working for me right now, but one of my favorite examples is kind of like, it's all about being aware of what the universe is saying to you and what is possible. And sometimes just having that awareness is all we really need. So if I were to tell you, hey, have you ever seen a yellow Volkswagen Beetle car? And you would go, no, I've never seen a yellow one. You go, oh, wow, because I just saw one the other day. And then all of a sudden I've asked you about it. And now like every Volkswagen Beetle you'll see is going to be the color yellow. Not that they weren't there before, but because now you're attuned to the idea that they are there, you start seeing them. So it's not so much coincidence, it's just about raising our consciousness to know that it's a possibility. So when we want to go after things in our life, it's sort of that belief that it's already there, that we can see it, and it's not about how we get to it, right? It's just about how does it feel when we've already done it. And when you can do that, the universe actually steps in and starts helping you figure it out. But the more we try to control it, the less likely or the longer it will take us to achieve what it is we really want.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I have to actually say I agree with that actually as well, because once you put that thought into your mind, you start noticing those things. So like you say, when you think of that yellow car, all of a sudden you're just going to see yellow cars, yellow cars, yellow cars. And it's like you say, it's not like that yellow car wasn't there, but it's like now your mind is now, it's like it's been set to that thing now. So now you're going to become more aware of it. Robin does something like that. He goes, I went to see him last year in November when he came. He was so amazing. And he actually said, okay, let me see if anyone can find the color brown. Can you see the color brown? And then like he said, how many times did you see it? And it was so cool. So we was trying to look, can we see brown? Can we see brown? And then we was probably trying to count it. We didn't have long to do it. And then he goes, now how many people see the color red? And we're like, oh, red. And it goes, oh, but you didn't notice that before because your mind was looking on brown, you know? So it's like, wow, these things actually stand out when we learn to fine tune and set our mindsets to looking at those particular things. Monica, do you agree with that?
I absolutely agree. I think the mistake that we make is in a way we've been programmed to focus on what we don't want, not realizing that by so doing, we are attracting what we do not want. So we need to be intentional and focus on what we want. The opposite of what we're saying we don't want, really focus on what we want. Instead of saying, oh, I don't want this, I don't want this. And your focus is on what you don't want, because that is what you will attract. But understanding that and having that awareness will start to shift a lot in your life.
I absolutely agree with that. People say, oh, I don't want to be in debt. And it's like, well, you've just called. So then debt goes, the universe goes, debt, you've just been called. And they say, no, I don't want that. And the universe goes, debt, you've been called again, come. It's like, no, I don't want debt. And it's like an ongoing cycle. It's like you don't focus or speak what you don't want. You have to put your mindset on what you do want.
On what you want, yes.
The universe doesn't work with what I want or don't want. It focuses on what you are thinking about and what you're speaking about. Coach Jeet, do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would like to give you one real life example from my own life. I truly believe in the law of attraction from a very early age. I came to know the secrets that it beholds. And I'm proud and I'm glad, I'm happy, I'm delighted to say that I am actually engaged with the girl of my dreams, because I dreamt of her in every single way, and there she was, right, waiting for me at some corner of my country, and where I never expected to meet her. And I met her and I was delighted. It was the moment you feel that this is it. The whole universe is conspiring against, like, for you to help you to meet, you know? So it does help. It does. When you have I will say that law of attraction works amazingly if you have clarity. The more clear you are, the better it will work for you. And the vivid imagination you will use for yourself or the things that you want to manifest, you will see amazing things happening around you. So it's, again, a double-edged sword, so you have to use it wisely. But with the right trained mindset, it's amazing. It's phenomenal.
I absolutely agree. And your engagement was just recently in December, right?
Yes, yes.
Well
So
done.
That's amazing. The law of attraction.
Thank you so much.
Has anybody else ever used the law of attraction to get a partner here? Anybody, any of the speakers? Anyone?
I would like to add one thing. I mean, I did have an ideal list. Many years ago, I was working with a coach, and I had to write like my ideal list of what my partner looked like. And I mean, it could be as specific. If I wanted blue eyes, I could put blue eyes if that was really important to me. But you had to attach something emotional. Like, you had to attach something emotional to that need. Like, my father had blue eyes, and I've just always found them very kind, and, you know, that kind of thing. But what's really funny is, especially what Coach was saying, is you have to be clear. And what happens is a lot of people will make that list, but they'll forget to put the right sexual orientation or emotionally available or single. You know, they'll forget to put even sometimes the basics on that list. And so they might meet the absolute perfect person for them, but they're already taken, or they prefer another gender, or, you know, they're just not quite ready to be where you need them to be yet, right?
It's kind of like when people say money and then they find a penny on the floor and the universe goes, hey, here's more money. But they're like, that's just a penny.
Right.
But you got what you want.
And I will say, if you'll permit me for a second, just to put my others with money, you know, one of the things with law of attraction for me, this upcoming opportunity I have to be in Europe next month, is, you know, it was 4 times more than my current income. And I had to somehow come up with 4 times my current income to have that extra money in my budget to be able to do this trip. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know where it was going to come from. All I said was, I will have more than enough to do what I need to do. And it has been amazing because I am paying off that trip. They gave me the opportunity to pay in payments, so I didn't have to come up with it all at once. They worked with me on that. And I've been more intentional about recognizing where money comes from. So when I find a penny or when I save a little bit of money on something, I write it down. I write down every bit of money that comes to me, so I am aware and grateful of every little bit the universe is doing to bring money my way. And that just continues to open that flow. And I say to myself, I'm a money magnet, and money will find me, and I will have more than enough.
I want us to go to I want us to go to Anna in a second, but just before we go to Anna, Joe, can you just let the audience know what you're talking about when you say the international trip?
Oh, sorry. So the international, so I have this opportunity to go to Altitude, which is an invite-only event for global entrepreneurs in the Alps of France. It's an event called Altitude, which is run by the Happy Startup School out of the UK. And I am super excited. I really didn't, when I stumbled across it, I wasn't looking for the opportunity. I was actually looking for something else and found it. And it was so exciting to me that I left it sitting in my browser for a couple of days because I went, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if that's where I'm supposed to be. And it just kept needling at me. And my word for this year is lean in, and it's supposed to push past the fear. So the question that guides my year is, what would you do if you weren't afraid? And it said apply. And so I did. It took me a couple of days to do it.
Sorry, basically in short,
yeah,
select a few of those entrepreneurs to attend an elite, trip abroad internationally. Congratulations, that's phenomenal news. Well done, Joe.
Thank you. I'm excited. Thank you.
Anna, law of attraction, Anna.
Okay,
yeah. Does the law of attraction really work, Anna?
I really think it does, because I've seen it myself. I would like to continue on with what Joe was saying. And in terms of the money, I wrote down her tip, because you're always learning. Some of the things that have helped me along the way is that writing down some of the things that you need to forgive yourself for. For example, in terms of money, maybe you made a bad investment or something, and then just tearing it apart, like letting it go. That is so powerful, because that is going to set you in the right step forward, because sometimes we have some things that need to be cleared up from the past. So I did that activity where I was like, I did this bad. I wasn't set up properly in the past, and that hindered me in my business. But that was like 5 years ago. I really did need to write it down, let it go, rip it apart, burn it, whatever you want to do it. And then that kind of like leaves up that space in your mind to be able to bring in new and positive things. So I think that was something that was very valuable, or very important for me to do. So again, I would like just to say that it was that part of forgiving myself for things that had happened a long time ago, and then now being receptive to saying, okay, I'm worth the money that I charge my clients. It's okay to charge this amount because of all the stuff I've done. Like, that was a big step for me.
Lucy, how important is it to forgive yourself in order to be able to receive?
Oh, this is all about gratitude. So I have a very important thing to say about that, because if you don't have gratitude, the universe will not give you more. You not keep giving you more. So showing gratitude is one of the 6 steps of law of attraction. So I believe that the 6 steps that I have been researching is the first step is relax your mind and meditate for 5 or 10 minutes. So if you can relax your mind to be able to open space, as Anna was saying, open your mind, you need to open space. And by forgiving yourself, you are opening this space in your body, in your mind, in your energy around your body to receive from the universe. The second step that I believe is know exactly what you want. I have a clear and detailed image, as Coach said. So when you know what you want, you need to remember this and throw it to the universe, and the universe will give this back to you. Number 3, this third step, ask the universe for it, visualize that, and feel it. So feel it is what is step number 4. If you don't feel that, you're not gonna get it. You need not just visualize. Visualize lead you to feel it. And another one, writing down. If you don't write down, if you don't have some image in your mind, or writing down something by hand, not by computer, there is something about writing hand that's very powerful. And writing down is very important, as Monica was saying. And so this, relax your mind. Be sure of what you want. So have no doubt of what you want. Ask the universe for it. Visualize as you are doing this already, as you are that thing already, or that person you want to be. And write down, feel it, and show gratitude. And then trust the universe, because if you trust the universe and you be patient and keep being consistent, that you will be back to you, because it's the law, and the law doesn't change. And there is something that Paul Young always say, what you resist will persist. So don't resist.
That's right.
Just go for what you want. Don't think about what you don't want, as we said here before. And I believe this is work for everybody, work for everyone.
Thank you for that, Lucy. So before we go to Doctor, I just want to actually add on to what Lucy said. There is actually something powerful about writing our words down. In the Bible, it says to write your visions and make it plain. Because when we're writing words, we're spelling. We're writing a spelling. And the Bible teaches that there's life and death is in the tongue. Okay, so we speak things into existence. And it's scientifically proven, okay, that our thoughts have vibrations, okay? It's scientifically proven. So, and even my words have vibrations. So if those of you that are listening to us right now, if you turn up my words loud enough to a speaker and put a glass, free promotion, in front of a speaker, find that speaker loud enough, my vibration, my words will smash that glass. That's how powerful our vibrations are. So it's so important for us to capture those thoughts and make them be in alignment with the things that we're speaking, because those are the things that we're going to be attracting, whether we're aware of it consciously or not aware of it subconsciously. So, Doctor, is there anything you want to add to that?
Absolutely. And it links up beautifully with what you said now, Lucía. Thank you, First Lady. This is amazing. You spoke now about vibration. We are all energy. All of us, every single one of us, all creation is all energy. And we're vibrating. Right now, the vibration is reaching across the whole world, across these different contexts. So, awesome work, guys. And so to build onto that, we are energy, so we vibrate at different levels. So when you are positive and you're clear about who you are, it starts with that. Who am I? And where am I going? I love what you're saying around what you're doing now. The different products that you're developing, that you're producing, and building your brand like that. It's amazing. You have a vision, and a big part of this, you have to have a life plan. I love what Lucy said. Write it down, and have it down written there. In itself, what you're saying, it vibrates at a certain level of vibration with the energy that you bring to it, and that makes it even more powerful. Because this is who you are, you're bringing it to life in that way. So, who am I? Where am I going? And can I see with the eye of the soul that I envisage? And visualization is a critical part of anything that we plan to do. Can you see it? If you can see it clearly enough, it will come through.
God's when he was making the world, he said, let there be light, and there was light.
Yeah.
He had to think it, and then he thought it, then he spoke it, and then it happened, right? So I say to people, you first got to think it, speak it, and believe it to take action to achieve it, right?
Yes.
You first think it and believe it to take action to achieve it. Monica, how important is it for us to be able to not see the actual thing, manifestation in the physical world that we live in right now, before we actually bring it about into existence?
I'll tell you how important it is. A couple of years ago, I think 2007, I went to a seminar, and in there we were asked to write about what we wanted to do and what we wanted to be. And I remember listing down that I wanted to help people to reach their potential, to change the world. In all that I was writing, really, I was writing about being a life coach, but I didn't know that such a word existed. So I wrote that in detail, and I forgot about it. 2012, fast forward, I'm looking for something to do. I'm desperate. I don't want to do what I'm doing anymore. I want to change. I want to work with people on a one-to-one basis. Then I found life coaching. And a couple of months later, I'm on training. I'm training people in Zimbabwe. I'm training businesses. And I'm going through my documents so that I can find information. And then I came across what I wrote about what I wanted to do. I had goosebumps because I could not believe how how it had manifested and how it had come true. So it is really important, and I agree with everybody that it is important that you think about it, you write it down. Sometimes you may not even have a clear picture of how you're going to get there. I didn't know how I would get there, but I was able to dream. I was able to visualize, and the universe just made that all possible. It led me step by step to where I wanted to be. And it has actually opened more doors. Not only am I a life coach, I'm also an author, and I was celebrated on REEBA Awards in one of the years, which was really good. It even attracted more, more awareness and more publicity as well, which was great. And then from there, I'm a speaker, and now I'm a publisher. It goes on, but I never had a whole list of these when I started. I just knew that I wanted to impact people.
Had the desire.
Yes.
Before I go into Coach Jeet, I just want to say as well, back on, on the back of what Monica just said, and she's so right actually, because when I first started my business and empowerment awards, I didn't know anyone, first of all, that had an award ceremony. I wish I did know someone, because I met some speakers who spoke at my business seminar that I wanted to recognize, but there was nobody that had an award. So I had no choice but to start my own awards, as you do, because that's just the everyday thing to do. But I thought, okay, well, I'll just start my own, because I said to God, well, these people are phenomenal. How come I've never heard of them before? I want to do something to recognize them. So God put in my heart to start an award ceremony. When I had an award, so I had no clue where to start, what I'm supposed to do first. And my awards is on a 5-star luxury vessel, as in like a yacht.
Yes.
So first of all, I don't even know anyone that does an awards #1, let alone on a yacht. So I didn't have anybody in front of me to be a leader, to show me the way, to say, Ché, this is the way to go. I didn't know anybody to say that to me. But eventually, and over time, I think that what's the thing that's important is you've got to first have that desire, that passion, that want to do something, to want to be that change, to want to have an impact in those people's lives. That it just opens doors. You will naturally start finding those people and resources and things, and you will start connecting and linking, and it will make sense.
Absolutely.
Coach G, I know you deal with lots of people, want to start a business, or perhaps just want to have self-belief in themselves. See, they've worked so hard and they don't see the actual business going anywhere yet, or they don't have that belief in themselves yet because they can't see it, because people go by what they see. How important, Coach, is it for people to actually believe in themselves and in their dreams before the thing is actually manifested?
Like you already mentioned that, and I think this is a very, very crucial thought process that I think every entrepreneur goes through. Because before even you start a business, you go through a lot of negativity, and you will meet almost everyone around you telling you why you won't succeed, why it won't work for you. And being a lone soldier, it's sometimes demotivating, it's stressful, it's depressing, but it again depends on how passionate you are, like, how much you crave for it, how much desire you have inside you, the fire burning within, how big it is, and can it engulf all the negativity that is around you and take you further. So for an entrepreneur, it's very important to first, like I said before, clarity is the key. Unless that person knows what he wants to achieve, how, he has to leave it to the universe. But unless he knows what he wants to achieve, he can never reach there. No matter how much hard work he or she does, it's impossible. But the problem with law of attraction is, sorry,
Lucy, add on to what Coach was just saying?
Me?
Yes, you want to add on to what Coach was just saying?
I have something to add just about faith, because you told about God and the universe. God, the universe are very connected. Doesn't matter which faith you have, because like a prayer, like example, I believe law of attraction is really related to praying, because praying and using law of attraction are the same thing for me. God and the universe are two different names in one power. And the law of attraction is basically believing what you want, and so is praying, is believing what you want to, and connecting with God or with the universe, or if any name you want to call this, but they are both based in your faith. The law of attraction and your prayers are based in faith, and it's in faith that you feel things, and you can visualize and believe, and and trust and be grateful. So that's how the possibility of achieving of your goals will happen, when you really are you're throwing your energy to the universe, and the universe will return to you. And if it's something, yeah.
Sorry, Anna, do you agree with what Lucy was just saying?
I think that it's all about that manifestation that she is speaking about. And I think it's very interesting what she's saying about this, how praying and the law of attraction go together, because it is a form of manifestation, so that you bring what you want. So definitely, I would like to hear a little bit more about what she was saying right now.
Stop more.
No,
I was going to say, and just continue about that, because sometimes people get upset because they don't get the things they want. But where sometimes people mess up when they look for what they ask for. They start to look for. So don't look for what you ask for. This is where people tend to mess up. If you have to keep your eye out for an event that manifests your wish, it's only tell the universe. And because the universe has far greater knowledge and power than womankind, than mankind, So don't try to control this. Throw this to the universe, and the how will come. We don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
Like Monica was saying, and what's happened to her. And we have lots of examples in our lives that if we are aware, we can see miracles because of the law of attraction every day, every minute in your life. Absolutely. But you need to be aware and open your eyes, because if you don't see, you don't see, we don't know what we don't know, and we can't see what you are not ready to see. And you need to see with your soul, not with your physical eyes. But I believe I have been using this law of attraction since my early ages, but I just was aware for the first time when I was in my 20 years old, and I want to buy a unit for me in Brazil, and I didn't have any money to buy a new house, and any money. And I was driving around, and I was imagining me and watching different units and different buildings around my driveway, and I was imagining that. And one day it just happened. I don't know. I was signing a contract to buy a new unit, and that's what's happened. And it was all working around. And from there, I was aware about the law of attraction. It's amazing. This house I'm living now, I came here many times, tried to move to this house to give a better house for my daughter. And I remember I came here one day, I put my hands on the wall outside, and I made a prayer, and I manifested the law of attraction. And I was praying for God together, and I got even an orange. I picked an orange from the orange tree from this house, and I grabbed it with me, and I say, I will return this orange when you give me this house. And then I got the house.
Lucy, we're going to have you share your story, because Lucy's actually got a really powerful story of how she came to Australia. And she's been, how many years you've been living in Australia now, Lucy?
Yes, the Australia was, it was another story. I was living
how many years?
11 years. 11 years in Australia. Yeah.
Okay, so Joe, is there anything that you want to add on to what Lucy was saying originally, how she first started off her conversation when she said that prayer and the law of attraction is one and the same thing?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting, and I completely agree with what she's saying. And that's one of the things where when people are skeptical or people are doubters in the law of attraction, their immediate thought is, it's like throwing a coin into a wishing well and just thinking it's going to happen, and then sitting back and twiddling your thumbs and going, okay, hello, why aren't you coming to me? I mean, I made a wish. I mean, I prayed for it. Come on, what's going on? It's not happening. And that's not what it is, right? Like, it is about letting go of the how, but it's not an actionless sitting around waiting for the universe to take care of everything. It's being open to what is presented to you and taking action with what is presented. There's an old joke. It's a religious joke, and there's an old joke that is a fisherman is stranded out at sea, and he's praying to God to come by and save him. And so he sends 3 boats, and at the end, the man drowns. He doesn't take any of the options, and he gets up to the pearly gates, and he says, hello, I was praying for you to come and help me. Why didn't you help me? And God says, well, I sent you 3 boats. But, you know, like, what else do you want me to do? And so, and I think that's just a really good example of, you know, I didn't tell it well, so, you know, but you get the point. Is I know law of attraction is not just making a prayer. It's not just making a wish. It's not just setting an intention, whatever language you want to use, right? Yeah. It's about the power of emotion and allowing the universe to put things in your path that you are willing to take action on. But if you go, oh, but that's not what it looks like in my head, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. So you have to really be open to the possibility and expect that it will come to you, but not the way you thought. So don't focus on the process, focus on the end.
Yeah. The end goal in your mind. It's kind of like when you're starting a business for the first time and you've got all these obstacles and the weather's rubbish, it's raining outside, and thinking, oh, you have to keep that end goal in your mind of why you're doing it. Your why needs to be bigger than you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Dr. Sani, how important is it to attach feelings, right? So I'm doing sign language. I'm also a qualified sign language translator, so I'm doing feelings. How important is it to have your feelings matched?
Absolutely. I'm loving this, what Joe and Lucy were saying there. But there's something about being in love with what you're doing. And when you are in love with it, there's more energy in it. Because you're in love with it and you bring all of yourself into it. And magic happens when we're like that. What Joe was talking about now. What's the strength of the energy that you feel about that? And the other thing to add to that, is how strong is your signal connecting to that you want for your dream, for your goal. So that signal has to be so strong that it's uninterrupted. And then you drive for it. And then does it give you joy so much that you think about it all the time and you're so driven for it? The desire, the passion, the drive needs to come from deep within you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Going, Doctor, you're so right. That passion, that excitement when you want to wake up early in the morning, like, yes, I'm looking forward to going.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of it occupies you. Others say it consumes every part of you. Most people that have dreams that they achieve in life, and many of us are on that path, you think of nothing else. In about 2005, 2006, I was involved in a program, an international program for developing leaders with the Gestalt Institute of Cleveland, 2007, yeah. And one of the things, different leaders around the world come together and get trained in this. And our graduation was in Mexico. We had been in different continents doing training with organizations in different parts of the world. And in that graduation, we were asked to write about 27 to 30 things that you're going to achieve, goals, dreams. And using the law of attraction, using intentionality and last purpose, saying this is what I intend to achieve by this time. And I can tell you now, within the timeline that was set, out of the 27 things that I wrote, I've achieved 24 of them. And the last piece of that is in the pipeline. Was publishing a book is the other one. And one of them was traveling to a developed country, and living there and working there for a short period. Last year, my family and I spent 3 months in Japan as a visiting professor teaching in Japan. So the law of attraction works,
Nice.
and we are evidence of that. So this is brilliant.
That's amazing. That's beautiful.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so, okay, I'm going to run down the list and the speaker, right? So I just want to find out from you guys. Just answer me yes or no so I know, okay? Right, so viewers, this is for you guys as well, yeah? Okay, we're going to start off with Anna because I'm going to go according to who's on my screen in this order. So starting off with Anna, do you have a vision board and do you believe in a vision board, yes or no?
Yes, I do. I think it helps, yes.
Dr. Dinisani?
Definitely yes. Everyone must have it. It works.
Joe?
Absolutely.
Lucy from Australia?
Yes, absolutely. My vision board is here.
Okay, great. Monica?
There.
Monica in Canada?
I have two. One for my professional life and the other one for my general life, what I want in life. I have two.
We're going to come back to you, Monica. And Coach from Asia?
Well, I think it's a must for everyone who wants to be successful in their life. So like I said, clarity, the vision board gives you clarity. So period, you need to have it.
Right. Okay. So guys, I actually have a visionary timeline. Okay. So I don't do vision boards, but it's very, very similar because the way the mind works with, you know, with order. It doesn't work with chaos and confusion, right? So when you've got a vision, everything is just put in random orders, right? But with my visionary timeline, because I'm also a mentor, so I help people, you know, to start their own businesses, turn their dreams and passions into reality, right? So this is the thing. I get them to put up things that they want in the order that they achieve it. So first half of my visionary timeline is completed. The visionary timeline is that you can actually measure the things that you achieve because you put it in the order that is there. So I can actually say the first half of my visionary timeline is completed. And one of the things that I had on there was to go to my dream holiday, which is, you know, in Dubai. And just last year, June, for my birthday. So my birthday's coming up, people. Keep an eye out for that, yeah. but for my birthday last year in June, I actually went to Dubai to a 5-star hotel. It was just for my birthday. It was amazing. I had so much fun and I loved it. And to watch me just tick off things off my visionary timeline in the order that I put them that I want to achieve them is just absolutely phenomenal. So I want to encourage guys, whether you do a visionary timeline or a vision board, and if you don't know what that is, Anna, do you want to explain what a vision board is to those that might not know?
It's really just putting out what you want when you take pictures from magazines and different things and you put them where you can see them every day. And for me, I also like to see my strengths because I like to see my strengths, sort of like a reminder of you know, what I have inside that's also going to help me get there.
Because it's about attracting, you know, the vision board helps you attract those things because it has those images. Coach Duke, you want to add to that? How can people start the perfect vision board?
Well, first of all, you need to know where you're headed. And once you know the end, like you mentioned before, once you have an idea about the end where you want to go, then you begin from where you are. Don't repent on your mistakes. Begin from where you are. And then you pick small goals. Don't have humongous goals that you cannot achieve and you get demotivated. So have small, achievable, conquerable goals that can help you to boost your confidence, that can help you to visualize clearly, that can help you to attain them within a short period of time. So when you take small steps towards your the ultimate goal, you will be amazed by the results and you'll be looking down and you'll be seeing that you've achieved so many things by the time that you have never dreamt of. You know, so I think clarity and small steps is the key to success.
Oh, I like that. See, that just goes to show we don't have to rush to attract those things, because this is about law of attraction. We don't have to rush to attract the things that we want. Sometimes we want it now, we want it now. McDonald's, give me the food now, give it me now. This now, you know. Oh my gosh, the time is flying, guys. We've got our last 15 minutes left of the show. This is why, I mean, we have so much fun. Time is just going so quick. Okay, so we're going to go over to Joe. Joe in Lima, Peru. What is your take on a vision board? How important is it to have one to attract the things in our lives that we need?
I'm actually in a group lately, and one of the things we needed to do was to make a vision board, which I've always done, but I do mine a little differently than most do. I don't know that it's a timeline. Sometimes mine are very specific. I actually have used PowerPoint and just pick pictures offline or things that I like, and I make a PowerPoint presentation. Like, it doesn't always have to be a poster board that you put on your wall and cut out pictures of magazines, because honestly, coming across magazines can be kind of challenging. But it is all about having that clear vision and being able to see something that motivates you to keep you going every day. So whether that's a journal or a vision board or a PowerPoint or a screensaver on your computer or a screensaver on your phone, you can put a picture of what it is you're working towards as well. One of the things, you know, I want to add on a little bit to what Coach said about you know, dreams and how we get there and everything. When we talk about manifesting, 10 years ago, when I really started out into the entrepreneurial world, I had a vision. I was doing events that were a little ahead of their time. I was doing underground dinners and bringing people out and getting people together. And I just felt like nobody was getting it. And I had a lot of naysayers, and I was really feeling very frustrated. And I subscribed to a service called tut.com, which is Notes from the Universe. And so they send you little inspirational messages every day. And in 2008, when I was really just ready to go, forget it, I'm going to go back and get a real job, a quote unquote real job, you know, a dated 9 to 5, you know, paycheck guaranteed kind of thing. And a note popped up in my little inbox, and it said, "Remember, Joe, tiny little dreams require tiny little thoughts and tiny little steps. Great big dreams require tiny little thoughts and tiny little steps. Get the picture?"
Yeah.
So it was that moment when it was not about dreaming small. It wasn't about keeping it small. It was keeping that big dream, but just knowing that it was bit by bit that I was going to get there. You don't eat the whole elephant in one bite. It's a bite at a time. That's what you do. And so it was a perfect reminder. Yeah, it was that perfect reminder for me that you get there. You get there. And so that vision board can be very timely, where I think that vision board is about what you want to accomplish in the next 6 months or the next year, or it can be a longer term one of something where you really want to go. So maybe you're not going to manifest that house right now, but the size of the house and the place you want to live is coming, and you just keep working towards that goal. So there's dumb goals and there are smart goals, right? And I love dumb goals, because dumb goals are dream driven, uplifting, method friendly, behavior driven. And so dream big, but then use the SMART goals to break it down and get there bit by bit. Take the step. That's all you have to do.
Boss lady, can I add up to what Joe is saying?
Sure.
Can I add up to what Joe is saying quickly?
Sure. And then we're going to go to Monica. Sure.
Okay, cool, quickly. So the thing is, what you said, like, you know, sometimes when we don't rush into things, we take small steps. Sometimes when you live the how process to the universe, sometimes even better things happen to you than you ever imagined. You know, sometimes you will get things that will be amazingly wonderful and something that you beyond your imagination. And the second thing I would like to quickly add up to one of the points that we mentioned before was Lucy was talking about prayers and law of attraction. Mostly I've seen when people pray, they literally beg to the universe. They beg for success. They beg for prosperity. They beg for money. They beg for happiness. Universe doesn't work that way. Or God or universe, whatever you believe in, it doesn't work that way. You are a part of the universe as much as everyone else. You own it. You are worth it. You need to demand it what you are worth it. You are not begging for it. So that's what is the key to prayers. So that's what I wanted to add. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Whatever you want already wants it already wants you. You have to be a vibrational match and attract it.
Yeah.
We attract things all the time that we don't want. You know, it's like, why would you order something over your life that you don't want to happen? You wouldn't do that at a restaurant. If you go to a restaurant, you're only going to order the things that you want. So guys, it's so important for us to only speak the things that we want to actually happen to our lives. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm gonna be late. Well, okay, then you ordered it. Universe, give it to them. You know, so it's so important for us to capture our thoughts and only speak the things that we want, because people spend so much time and focus on what they don't want instead of what they do want, and they keep wondering why they keep getting more of what they don't want. Monica, how important is it for us to, because you're talking about we're talking about the law of attraction, and you're saying that you've got 2 different vision boards. How important is it sometimes to have like a separate one of each?
What's important is that you are able to get clarity. Even though I have got 2 vision boards, you know, my professional life will look after my, you know, my whole life and my family life. So, but if I stick everything together, I might get confusion, and then there won't be that clarity that I'm looking for. But everyone is different. For me, that's how I want to actually put a lot of thought in it. I just don't cut pictures just because the picture is beautiful. I have to feel it. Our subconscious mind works with emotions. It also works in pictures. But other people, probably it works in words, but definitely for me, it works in pictures. So I actually like spend a whole week saying, this week I'm focusing on my vision boards. I sat on the computer, I looked at houses, I looked at areas, I looked at affirmations, I looked for my mentors, I looked at what they say. I have got different mentors, some are soft, and I've got some who will kick you to say, you know what, get up and do this. And I looked for a particular picture where they're pointing at me and like, you girl, you need to get up and do something. All that is all on my vision, but it's communicating something to me about each and every one of them. So when I look at them, especially, and I see this one and I'm slacking about, I know that it's time for me to get up and do something. You know, I like all of them, the ones who are very patient and the ones who actually tell you to get off and do something. You know, those pictures communicate to me, but they are specific, and they're emotionally, there is emotion attached to them. That is why I feel that since I did my vision boards, I am more focused, I am more organized. I get up, I look at them, I know I sat down a whole day working on them. I need to achieve what I put on there, because the moment I look at them, something will hit me emotionally to think, this is what you want, you gotta do something.
Okay, that's absolutely great. So excuse me, I'm having technical problems down my end, but we're going to continue. Okay. Anna, moving on. So would you like to just give some final words of encouragement to people, how they can use the law of attraction? We're going to run down each speaker.
I think I'd just like to close with saying, well, first of all, thanking you. And I think that for me, what has worked is that forgiveness part. I also want to reiterate what Lucy said about also being grateful for what you have, but not, you know, but keeping an eye on where you want to be, because you do have to be willing to grow and want that. You know, you need to be able to, you can't be in the same place 5 years from now, you know. So I think that that's very important. Forgiveness, gratitude to where you are, and clarity to where you want to be.
That's absolutely right. We're going to move on to Joe. I think we've just lost Dr. Dimisani. Thank you, technology.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, for me, I just want to say, you know, be aware, be open to possibilities, and just believe that it's possible, I think would be the biggest thing. And, you know, and know that you have a personal responsibility towards that goal too. So get that fire in your belly and take the action you need, just reiterating what, you know, Monica has just said, because that is so key to really making it happen. And start small. Start small in the sense of, if you're doubting, if you're not sure that you can, if you think this is not something that you could do, that it's everybody else, start small. Manifest a parking space. right? I go out with my son all the time and I say, parking karma, parking karma, parking karma, so I can get a good space, right? And now my son sits in the back seat going, parking karma, parking karma, parking karma. And, you know, but it's practice, you know, and is it all about a parking space? No, but it's about starting small and just seeing the power that is there and getting that, that encouragement that you can think bigger as well.
That's absolutely great. And who's next in order on my list? Lucy?
Me? Well,
yes,
well, I would like to say that, you know, people must remember whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. So if you have in your mind where you are going, you know where you are going, so you have all the power to get there. You will get there if you believe, and if you have your channel, you need to have your channel open. Open your channel to connect with the universe, to connect with the power of the universe and the power of your feeling, the power of your thoughts. We are energy, as Dr. said. We are all energy. The universe is energy. Our words are energy. You know, we were talking another day about energy medicine, which is amazing. Another thing that we may talk another day. So be careful with what you wish, because what you wish is a thought, and a thought can transforming action. So keep be aware. Be aware. Yeah. And
everything that is a thing was once first a thought. That's absolutely right. Okay, and
everything starts with a thought.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, Monica, sorry.
Okay, I just want to add that people need to be aware that there are resources out there to help them achieve that. It's not easy if you had been in being negative to just wake up one day and think you can do it by yourself. Sometimes you need to pick a good book. Sometimes you need to find a good mentor, or to actually find a coach who will work with you and help you unpack whatever it is that is now so solid in your subconscious mind and is stopping you from being able to visualize, being able to dream, and being able to achieve what you want. So you need to look for solutions. There are things that have happened to us or to people in their childhood, and people may not even realize that this is what is stopping them from manifesting money. For example, maybe they grew up being told that, you know, in this family we will always be poor, and so don't waste your time dreaming that you might be rich or something. And
so just being mindful of time for, if we can quickly move on to Coach Jeet. Sorry, we've just got 2 minutes left.
So, absolutely. So find help.
Coach Jeet, last 2 minutes, please.
Sure. I would like to conclude with this, that law of attraction is resulting into law of abundance. And it can only happen if you are feeling that much of abundance within you first. And that's the strategy. When you start feeling that much of abundance within you, it spills out and it creates a vibration around you, and things are manifesting around you. So whatever goes around comes around in this universe. So you have to be very careful what you're feeling, how you're feeling, and how you're manifesting your dreams. So when you feel something, make sure you feel it to the extent that it spills out and it touches everyone around you. And you will see the impact, see the difference.
Yeah, and that you act on it, absolutely. And in closing, I just want to really say that, you know what, sometimes people tell us what we can and can't do because they try to hold us by their limits, what wasn't possible for them. Yeah. Don't ever be bound by other people's limits and expectations and whatnot. Go with your heart. If you've been called to do something and you're passionate about it, step out and do it. Don't worry about the who, when, why, how. It will all show up. The passion is what comes first. That will drive you. That is what's going to make you get up early in the morning. And in closing, guys, I just want to say all of the speakers' links is in the description box below. So if you want to get in contact with any of the speakers, check out the description box. Every single speaker is listed, their emails, websites, social media handles, and whatnot. If you want to book any of us, there's also a link, or you can drop us an email in the email address that's below, which is yesbookusnow@gmail.com. Yesbookusnow@gmail.com. That's all there. I just want to thank every single person that's been tuning in all across the globe. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Woohoo!
And I want to give one last shout out to the Wow Women of the World Awards. I was awarded this awards just in fact, 2 months ago for International Women's Day. And this is for leadership, which came in perfect.
Well done.
Yay!
Thank you very much. Tune in every Sunday, 3:30 p.m. right here on Collavision. Okay, you'll catch us. That's 3:30 p.m. every first Sunday of the month. Okay, we've got an amazing discussion coming up, which is going to be led by the amazing Anna, which is what, Anna, quickly want to say?
It's about self-awareness. We want to talk a little bit about self-awareness, knowing yourself, so that you can help out that universe reach your goals, right?
Okay, guys, say bye. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Bye, everybody. Well done. It was awesome.
Thank you.